from this list of numbers that are up here. Because we're going to talk about how, from a list of numbers, we can create a box plot. So, you should be writing by now. The first thing we have to do is order our numbers. That's the very first thing you have to do to create a box plot. So what's the first number I'm going to list? 1. And I'm going to go through the list and find all my 1s, and there happens to be 3 of them. So 3 1s. What's my next number? 2. And there is 1, 2, 3 2s. Oops. What's my next number? And there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 3s. Did I miss one of them? What's next? 4. And there is 1, 2, 3, 4. What's next? 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 7 5s. How many 6s?
1.
How many 6s?
1.
2.
2.
And how many? Let's see, the next number is 10. In order to create a box plot, the very first thing you have to do is list them in order. They have to be listed from least to greatest. There are 2 of the 5 pieces of data that you're going to need that you can already tell me. 1 and 10. The second thing you're going to do is you're going to list the low and the high. And I'm just going to circle those. Now, I know that when I go to create my box plot then, that I'm going to need the numbers 1 through 10 on my number line. The end of the low whisker, or the lowest quartile, is going to begin at 1, the low point. The high whisker is going to end at 10, the high point. That's 2 of the points. The third thing that I have to find is the median of my data. How do we find a median? We work our way from the outside to the inside. We find that middle number. So, if I get rid of 3 here, I got to get rid of 3 here. If I get rid of 3 more here, I got to get rid of 3 more here. If I get rid of 3 here, 3 more here. Better not get rid of 3 this time. Let's do 2. 2. Yep, could have gotten rid of 3. What's in the middle? 4. And it was specifically that 4. It didn't split between 2 numbers. Okay? So, What point am I going to put on the?
4.
I'm going to put 4 there. It's part of my graph. The fourth and fifth things that I'm going to do is find the median of the low side and the median of the high side. Now, you'll notice this 4 was my median. I don't count it anymore. If it was something that got split, I'd have to put a line there. Even if it was 2 4s, I'd put a line there and put a different 4 there. And I'd count from that line. Here I don't have to. I work my way from the outside to the inside on this bottom half. If I get rid of 3 1s, I'm going to get rid of a 4 and 2 3s. That's 3 and 3. If I get rid of 2, I got to get rid of 2. What's in the middle now? 2 and 3, which I have to add together and divide by 2. So, what am I going to plot next? What am I going to plot? I'm going to plot 2.5. I'm going to do the same thing now on the top half. If I get rid of 3 here, I get rid of 3 here. And I think we got rid of 2. I got rid of 2. Here, what's in the middle? 5 and 5. But if I add those together, 5 plus 5 divided by 2 is still what?
Mr. Huntley, I need Jakaya to the front office for a few minutes, please.
Okay.
Hey, that was loud.
So, what's my next point of plotting? 5. You'll notice, how many points have I plotted? 5 points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points. It takes 5 points to create a box and whisker plot.
The box is going to be from 2.5 to 5, right?
The box is from the low median to the high median, and you put a line at the actual median. Yes. And then the whiskers connect the box to the high and to the low. In this particular data set, to me, there was a number that didn't fit in very well. What number didn't fit in? What number didn't fit in very well? This 10. This is really a what?
Outlier.
An outlier. Look, the distance between 1 and 2 is only 1. 2 and 3 is only 1. 3 and 4 is only 1. 5 and 6 is only 1. But from 6 to 10 is how far? It's 4 units away. It didn't really fit. You're going to have a problem today where it says create the box plot with the outlier. That's what we did. And then create one without the outlier. So what you'd end up doing is throwing away the outlier, rewriting the list, and finding the low and the high. What would the low and the high be without the outlier? It'd be 1 and 6. And then you would find the new median and find the 2 new medians. And you're going to have to create those 2 box plots. When you do that, put one right above the other so that you can compare the 2. Gives you a better idea where the boxes line up, where the whiskers line up. Okay? So you understand how to create a box plot. Listen really close to this next instruction. Give me your best work on this worksheet on very likely tomorrow to collect it and grade part of it for right or wrong. Not just for what? Being completed. Give me your very best, because I'm very likely tomorrow to pick this worksheet up and grade at least part of the worksheet for whether you did it correctly or whether you did it incorrectly. Do you understand what I'm saying? There are two sides of this worksheet. Not a lot of questions, but there are two sides to it. I really recommend that you work on side C first, because side C, to me, is the harder one of the two. And if I wanted to make sure that I could get help on something, I'd want to get help on the harder side, not the easier side. It's not the greater, but it's a low number in the higher.